Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel again. So today in this video, we are going to discuss about how to create a EC2 instance using Terraform. Okay, so this is something we are going to discuss this today. So we are going to create an EC2 instance from Terraform from scratch. Okay, so for this one, what you have to do is that we have to go to the AWS the Terraform registry. So if you don't know how to reach to this location, okay, so what you have to do is that you go to Google and just type AWS instance, so Terraform. So if you can just type this, AWS instance Terraform, so you can just see, the first link that would gives you a Terraform resource section. Okay, so if you come back down, so this is what the resource, so you can just forget about all these things. So we can discuss about the data section and all these things later. So as the first step, you have to see that resource section of AWS instance. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to create the new file. It's called ec2.tf. Okay, ec2.tf. Okay, so I'm just going to copy the exact code here. Okay, I'm going to remove this. Okay, so yeah, I just want to remove this, but I just want to keep it also. So I just wanted to have a tags for this. So for this instance, even though if you remove this one also, it's not going to make much difference for this one. Okay, so for now, what I'm going to do is that so this is telling that she's taking something, some of the AMI from the data sections. Okay, so you don't need to do all these things now. Okay, so you wanted to replace this data section, and also we have to see that in which region you're going to in which region you're going to deploy the services. So those two things you have to identify first. So if you want to identify which region you're going to create this instance, so if you want to find it out, so you go to provider.tf. So here I just mentioned that for the provider for AWS, so wherever I just mentioned this one, I'm just giving the region, kind of a AP South -1. Okay, which means that it's kind of a Mumbai region. So if you can go back to your console again, you can go to Mumbai. Okay, you can just see this AP South-1. So it means that this instance is going to be creating in this, in this region. So why do we need to, why do we need to know that in which region you're going to create this instances? So that's very important now. The reason being, so AMI has to be taken from that particular region itself. Okay, so you can't create you cannot choose the AMI from any other any other regions. So for example, I wanted to get this AMI ID, AMI ID of which we have to be choosing, to provision this instances. Then we have to go back to the console. Okay, you can click on EC2. Okay, click on EC2. Okay, so click on a launch instance. Okay, so whenever you're launching instance, right? Like for example, if you want to create Amazon Linux or Ubuntu or anything, right? So now I want to choose Amazon Linux, right? Okay, confirm changes. For example, if I want to choose Amazon Linux, you have to copy this in the right side. You can see there is a AMI ID will be there. Okay, so without having any hesitations, you have to copy this AMI ID because this is the AMI ID which we have to use. Okay, so let's go and replace this one. And also let's test whether if you change the AMI ID is going to be working or not. Okay, so now if you see the instance type, okay, so if you can see the instance type, so there'll be a t2.micro and the t2.small, and there are a lot of options will be there, right? So you can see that t2.micro will be a free tier eligible option will be there. Okay, if you can see here, so t2.micro, so maybe this particular thing may be for a different regions. For now I want to create a t2.micro. Okay, so now, and also I'm going to create a tags. Tags is going to be cloud institution. All right, so this is what exactly I want, everything, right? So I just wanted to go and see that that do Terraform plan again. Okay, so I just want to do Terraform. Before that, I want to do Terraform init just to see If everything is working fine from the provider point of view, is all good. Now I wanted to go and just do a Terraform plan. Okay, so the Terraform plan, so what's happening is that it's going to be taking all the options default. Okay, so it's going to be instance type is going to be t2.micro, and then the instance AMI ID is going to be this one. Okay, so rest everything will be default. Whatever the so whatever the availability zones and associate public IP address, all these things will be taking as a default options. Okay, if you want to fill in all these options, what you can do is you can go back here to the console, and here you can see the AWS instance. You can just copy in all the options here. Okay, so for example, availability zones, if you want to have kind of a specific availability zones, you can just go and add the options over here. Okay, and options over here, and then you can just write down that which availability zone this instance has to be created. Okay, so now I don't want these things, and I'm just going to deploy it. Okay, so I'm going to do Terraform apply. Okay, it's going to ask me to verify that whether I am, I do I want to create this resources. So you just want to confirm. I'm going to give yes. Okay, so AWS instance web is creating, right? So AWS instance web is creating. Okay, so now as you can go back to here to the console, as you can see, previously there was no instances. Okay, now you can see the cloud institution. The tag whatever we have added is running. Okay, so okay, this is what it is just creating, right? So now what we can do is, so I've just created the EC2 instances. Okay, now I'm going to, we just do a Terraform plan and Terraform apply and all these things. Okay, so I just want to do Terraform destroy, and see, I just want to delete this instance from here. Okay, so this is one of the Terraform life cycles, right? I want to Terraform destroy. Okay, so what happened in this case is that it's going to be deleting all the resources what is created. So for now it's created the AWS instance. It's going to be destroying the same thing. Okay, so what's saying is that, so whenever you see that red, the red color, the hyphen, which means that it's going to destroy everything. Okay, so as you can see here, AWS instance dot web is been destroying. So I'm going to destroy it and show you that how it's been destroyed. Okay, so whenever you destroy it, this instance is going to be terminated. Okay, so this instance is running now. Okay, so as you can see, as soon as I refreshed it, whenever the option is destroying, here you can see that the option will be shutting down. Okay, after a few seconds, so this instance will be completely terminated. Okay, so this option is still running. Okay, it's going to take for a while. Okay, so now, okay, we have successfully created and destroyed, everything is done. Now I just wanted to verify if I change this AMA ID. Okay, so will this work? Okay, I wanted to add some more text. Okay, so this is the AMA ID which is exactly matching. I'm going to change some kind of a AMA IDs. I'm going to add 1 2 3 as a additional numbers along with this one. I'm going to test whether this particular AMA ID is working or not. Okay, so ideally this AMA ID should not work. The reason being, so it has to be matching with exactly the same AMA ID whatever it has been creating. Okay, so now as you can see, the destruction is completed. Okay, right, now you can go back to the console and see. Okay, so you can see this instance has been terminated. Okay, so this is how you can just manage your the AWS Terraform resources using all this Terraform plan and apply like a destroy commands. Now Now I change this one, right? Like I just changed, added 1, 2, 3 as a additional number for this one. So if I go and do the Terraform plan, okay. So Terraform plan is not showing anything, So Terraform plan is trying to create an EC2 instance with this AMI ID, whatever we have given. Okay. So basically, Terraform plan will not validate all the Terraform, so all the Terraform attributes, just like that, so whatever the attribute we are giving, it's not going to validate it. So in order to validate, what you have to do is that you have to go and do a Terraform apply. Okay. So as you can see here, this is just a replica of Terraform plan, so whatever has been showing here. If I just give yes here, okay, so we get the error saying that, so launching in source instance, invalid AMI ID, the AMI ID 123, is not exist, expecting AMI ID, something like this. Okay. So the reason being, okay, so if you give some kind of a random AMI ID, the Terraform is not going to pick it up. Okay. So you have to be very, very specific to the specific AMI ID. Okay, so I've just removed that additional characters, whatever has been added. So I'm just going to do Terraform plan again or Terraform apply again. Okay, if I can give yes, okay, then it's going to be creating successfully. So what I'm trying to say you from here is that, so whatever the attributes you are just passing to here, okay, you have to be very, very specific. Okay, so it has to be very, very specific, and it has to be, okay, if you can go and refresh it here, you should be seeing that, another instance has been created with the same name. Okay, so you may just wondering that, how come two instances will be having the same name, right? So basically, the instance ID will be the unique identifier for each instances. Okay, it doesn't matter, if you have kind of a same instance name or not. So instance ID will be different for each instances. Okay, that's what it's been creating. So now as you can see here, it has been created. Okay, so this is all about the session. So before the winding up, I'm going to destroy this one. So I'm going to do a Terraform destroy, just to make sure that, so guys, whenever you're creating a EC2 instance or anything, for the testing purpose, just make sure that it has been destroyed. Okay, so just to save the cost of the instances. Okay, still destroying. Okay, so it will be destroyed in few seconds. Okay, so as we seen the last time, so it will be like, as you can see here, it will be shutting down in the first stage. After a few minutes, it's going to be destroying your complete the code whatever you have written. Okay, so hope you understand this, operations, right? Like, so if you have any questions, please reach out to us. And so if you have any kind of a questions related to courses, so we are offering a lot of Terraform, Kubernetes, and AWS, Azure, a lot of courses we are offering in our company. And if you like to take any kind of a courses, please reach out to us on this number. Okay, so we would like to have a we would like to have a batches starting for you. So, and that's it from this video. And then, so thank you so much for watching. If you want to see any kind of videos in the future like this one, please subscribe